Hey, I'm Caitlin McKenna with the Moving to Maryland podcast. If you're watching this video, you're probably either relocating to Baltimore or you've been living in Baltimore City or Baltimore County and you're looking for a change. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you a little map tour of two different neighborhoods that are right next to each other and often confused or lumped in with another neighborhood. We're going to talk about Wyndhurst and Homeland. Personally, growing up here, I thought that they were all part of Roland Park. So we live and we learn. In this video, I'll tell you a little bit about what makes them different, what makes them similar, and what makes them great places to live. Okay, so before we dig too deep into the difference between these two neighborhoods, I'll tell you a little bit about where they are in relationship to the rest of Baltimore. So the Inner Harbor is down here with Fells Point and Canton, some of those popular waterfront neighborhoods. 83 comes up out of the heart of Baltimore and cuts through the middle of the city where it reaches 695, which wraps all the way around. It's called the Beltway, and you can see why. The Baltimore City line is actually like a little rectangle here inside of this circle, just so you're visualizing with me accurately. Then if we get a little bit closer, you can see Homeland is everything here in green. So just to back up a little bit for a little bit more context on the neighborhoods around, this is Roland Park here. You have Guilford down here, and a lot of people think that this whole area, myself included, I used to think that this whole area was called Roland Park, which in fact it is not. There are several different neighborhoods within that, so that's kind of what we're delving into here today. So you've got Homeland here, which was also designed by the Roland Park Company, who designed Guilford and Roland Park. A lot of the homes there are pretty large. There's a variety of different architectural styles. There's actually architectural restrictions. So if you live there and you want to make any changes to your house, you have to submit those plans to the architectural committee for review before you can make those changes, which is good for you as a homeowner. It means that everything's staying consistent. There's a real sense of pride from the people who live here. They love living here. They love their neighborhood, and they take good care of the area. There's also a lot of greenery in the neighborhood, which is really nice. There are a couple different little parks throughout, and it's just a lovely place to walk around, very scenic. One of the things that I love about this neighborhood is that it is right next to the Belvedere Square Market, which is a really, really, really cool resource. They've got a little bit of everything. Mostly this is food oriented, but they've got sushi, Atwater's, Pregels, which is a local dairy farm that makes their own ice cream. It's super good. They've got pizza, a little bit of everything, something for everyone. There's also a florist in here and a nail salon. So a lot of whatever you might be looking, you can probably find in Belvedere Square, which is really cool. They also do a summer concert series. So if you live in the area, I definitely check that out. And then right down the street from that, you also have the Senator Theater, which is a really old movie theater. It was actually built in 1939. And in 2014, it was named one of the top 20 movie theaters in the world. So if you've never seen a movie at the Senator, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Very, very fun. So that's a little bit about Homeland. Now let's talk a little bit about Wyndhurst. So Wyndhurst, a lot of people don't even know that this is actually its own neighborhood. Like Homeland people know is Homeland. Sometimes it's confused with Roland Park. But Wyndhurst is where a lot of like the amenities and community resources for Homeland and Guilford and Roland Park exist. But there are also a couple little communities there. So right here in the southwest corner of Wyndhurst, by the way, is everything in blue. This is called Tuxedo Park. These are mostly two-story cottage-style homes. And then this over here is Embla Park. The houses there are a little bit bigger, but still most of the houses in this neighborhood are smaller on average than the houses in Homeland, which is one of the big differences. Then in Wyndhurst, you also have a bunch of the different community schools. So you have Gilman School up here, which was opened in 1910. It's actually the first private boys' day school in the U.S. You also have the Roland Park Public Schools are here, as well as the post office. And then over here you have Cathedral, another school, and Friends School, which is a Quaker school. So lots of different community centers in Wyndhurst. You also have Eddie's, which is like the local grocery store, and the post office, all based out of Wyndhurst. So this is a really popular area to be. Not as many people know that it is actually its own designated neighborhood. In fact, the Roland Park pool is in Wyndhurst, which I think is so funny. But there it is, right there, Roland Park pool in Wyndhurst. So that's a little bit about those two neighborhoods. These are great places to live because they're so centrally located. So you can see that this is kind of nestled right between downtown Baltimore and all the good stuff here, and Towson up here. It's also super accessible to 83, which will take you to 695 or 95 down out of the city, depending on where you're trying to go. So very, very accessible. Also, Wyndhurst in particular, some of the homes in this Tuxedo Park area are significantly more accessible financially speaking than a lot of the houses in Homeland or Roland Park. So if you're looking to get into this neighborhood, into the general Roland Park area, Wyndhurst might be a really good option to find something that's more in your price point. That's it for Homeland and Wyndhurst. If you have any questions or you'd like a tour of any neighborhood in Baltimore, I am a licensed realtor in the state of Maryland, and I would love to help you. And if you'd like to see a map tour of a different neighborhood, or if you have a question about the difference between two other neighborhoods, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to do a video especially for you. And if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching.